Hello everybody. This video is about formatting to 2 decimal places, or any number of decimal places if you want to have some more control. So I have a variable called gallons of paint up here set to 5.2136958, and actually I don't need that one down here. And so I've got a couple methods to print it to show 2 decimals. First, let's run it so we can see what you get. So this first method here printed gallons of paint equals 5.21. This second print statement here printed gallons of paint equals 5.21. You notice they are exactly the same. They're two different formats. This is the old format, the first one here in line 3. This is the old format, and this one's very similar to Java. So this one's actually good to know as well, but they're talking about deprecating it, meaning they're not going to support it much longer in Python, but there is no date set for that. And here's the new format. There's a lot more flexibility with this one, but it's more complex as well. So those are the two options to format using 2 decimals. So basically when you're looking at this, you have %.2, which basically says this whole thing here is a format, what they call a format specifier. And it starts with a percent symbol. That means it's a format specifier. The .2 means 2 decimals. F means the number that you're going to control this with is a number that has decimals. It's also called a float number, or floating point number is what it's used, or term is used a lot in just about every programming language. And so this says, this is a format specifier. It says take this number that's represented by gallons of paint and then give me just 2 decimals. So that's what it does. The other thing is too, is in front of the decimal point you can put other things. Like if I wanted to put like a plus sign there and I click on run, you notice I get a plus sign in front of it. But what if I put in 20? We'll take the plus sign out, put it 20.2. Let's run that. You notice you get this way over here, which means this from the end of the number to back to here, there's 20 spaces, or 20 characters right here. That's what the 20 means. So if I put in a negative in front of that, notice it made it all the way over here. But notice when I highlight this, well, it doesn't show it very well here, but when I highlight it, there's a kind of a stop right there before it goes on. And that means because it's still producing 20 characters, but the negative sign means it's left aligned instead of the default right aligned. So that's what the negative sign does. So I take that 20 off, I take that negative sign off, produces it. Now again, it's 20 characters from here to here. Okay, and it's right aligned at this point. This is the old format. Again, it's very similar to Java, and this is the new format. So same type of thing. You've got this format in here. It says inside these curly braces, you're going to put this number variable in, and you're going to apply this format specifier or format specification to this number. So we have a colon, again, .2 is just like this up here. F means it's a floating point number, and then .format, and it says format using this variable here. Then down here is a little bit different. Instead of putting in a .2 in here, or just a 2, for example, I'm sorry, just a 2, you put in the curly braces in here. So in everything, notice everything else is the same, the colon, the dot, the F. But by putting in the curly brace in here, you're basically saying this gallons of paint goes into this format specification inside this set of curly braces. And this set here means you're going to take this variable and put it in here. So this variable is equal to 4. So when you run it, you notice down here there are 4 decimal places. So if you wanted to change this to the number of decimal places you wanted to print out, like maybe 3, and I run it again, and you'll notice down here I got 3 decimals, 3 places to the right of the decimal. So that's using the format specifications to control the number of decimals in the output inside of Python. Well, that video is to answer a question that some people may have, because the requirements for the new program or project you have to work on is to have only 2 decimals in the output. So if more than 2 decimal places, you have to limit it to 2. All right, well, that's it. Happy programming.